Alright, I spent enough time complaining about cyberspace. Let's move on to other things of note for Sonic Frontiers. What do you say? We'll start with... oh, here's a good one. How about the voice direction? That's been getting a lot of attention since the story trailer dropped at Gamescom, along with the audio clip that follows shortly afterward, the clip shared on Twitter. We only really have audio of Sonic's battle cries during gameplay, and the first set of cutscenes following his escape from cyberspace. And yet, I think it's a good enough sample to give us an idea of what is to come. Specifically because it highlights a noticeable change in Roger Craig Smith's performance as the voice of Sonic. The voice direction for this game is going to be nothing like what it used to be before, and I think it merits a discussion. Let's get right into this. Since Sonic Colors came out in 2010, Roger has hung on to the role of Sonic for well over a decade. He has appeared in various forms of media, such as the games, TV shows, notably Sonic Boom, and even movies. I believe Wreck-It Ralph is the most common example that comes to mind when you think of movies featuring Sonic. In this case, there's a scene where Sonic talks with Ralph about Wi-Fi, but I think what marks the biggest highlight for it is the silky smooth animation. That makes it such a gem. But I digress. Roger is so far the most long-standing voice actor for Sonic, a role that has changed hands plenty of times over the years. At one point, it was believed he was about to step down, but then in a sudden reversal of stances, he announced later on that he would be sticking around after all. And because of that, we would see him reprise his role for a two-part animation called Sonic Colors Rise of the Wisp, which was believed to celebrate the arrival of Sonic Colors Ultimate. And he's coming back again, along with the rest of the modern voice cast, for Sonic Frontiers. Now, if you've been following Sonic since around the time Roger first took on the role, I suggest you prepare yourselves. His latest performance as the Blue Blur is going to be nothing like what you'll be used to hearing from the past decade. There has been quite a change. Likely as a part of a new voice direction that the cast is faced with, but more importantly, it was a necessary change for the tone of Sonic Frontiers. Had they simply stuck with Roger's trademark style for Sonic for this game, I can tell you right now, it would not have worked. Some changes needed to be made. As a result, we are now hearing a Sonic with a much deeper voice than we're used to hearing, especially in the cutscene following the escape from cyberspace. Now, on one hand, this makes sense as this is a very experienced Sonic that we're talking about here. But on the other hand, when listening to this cutscene, it just sounds like Roger is slipping in between his normal voice and his Sonic voice, to the point that it's jarring. The first time I heard this, I wasn't particularly impressed. I'll be straight with you about this. But the more I gave it a listen, the more I grew curious, and part of me started to wonder if maybe I'm simply not used to his new Sonic voice. Like, you can still hear traces of his typical Sonic voice during his delivery, but for the most part, it's definitely changed. Like, don't get me wrong, during that cutscene, Sonic sounded exactly like how you would expect him to sound. Confused and lost. What else are you supposed to feel when you wake up stranded on an island with your friends nowhere to be found? It's just that, with Roger slipping in and out of his normal voice and his Sonic voice so much, it just kept throwing me, and I found myself not really feeling it, I guess, but I'm willing to give it a little more time to maybe get used to this new voice direction. But Roger's Sonic has impressed me in other areas, especially the story trailer. I'm pretty sure I speak for many of you when I say that I got hyped watching the story trailer, especially when Sonic dropped that small bit of dialogue. He only said like 4 words, and yet the way in which they were delivered, it caused me to become even more encouraged about the apparent change in the voice direction, because it became all the more prominent during then. It was a change that was definitely for the better. You could genuinely hear the mixture of confusion and relief in Sonic's voice during the trailer, and that was when I knew things were only going to get better. Another thing I would like to point towards would be the gameplay. It's mostly small things, but when you're engaged in battle, you'll hear a variety of battle shouts from Sonic. When he gets hit, my god does he get hit. You literally hear and feel the effects of it. Poor guy's not having a good time out there. When he's going on the offense, he's going all in and holding nothing back. Roger's performance is at its peak here also. When he dodges, Sonic grunts as you would expect him to whenever he dodges an attack, and on occasion he'll do a victory shout. I think mainly whenever he finishes off a battle or when he performs a little trick off the rails or something like that, but you'll hear it on occasion. So this is to say, that I have taken no issues with Roger's performance during gameplay and the story trailer. But then you circle back to this cutscene here, and I find myself hovering between I don't like it and I don't know, silly as that may sound. This may really be me being unused to a new voice direction for Roger, but I'm not sure how I feel about this right now. As I said earlier, he sounds like he's switching between two voices rapidly, and it just feels jarring to listen to. Maybe it's just me. I'm gonna be fair and wait for more cutscenes before I can fully form an opinion. And I mean, there are other cutscenes that you can find if you dig through Twitter and YouTube, but they don't come with any audio. So at this time, I have no other cutscenes by which to judge Roger's performance. Or heck, to judge the performance of anybody else. Well, there are a few voice clips of Sage, and they've been impressive so far. I'm gonna call it right now, this will definitely be one of those shorter videos, because there aren't that many clips of Roger Sonic out and about. They're at a minimum right now. But I imagine this will change over the course of the next 2 months, especially at Tokyo Game Show and EGX London, which are happening later this month. And Sonic Frontiers will be featured at both of those events, which potentially means more content to go over. I'll keep you up to speed if any of it drops. I'm going to make an admission right now for those of you that might be curious to know about this. When it comes to Sonic voice actors, Roger has never been near the top of my list of favorites, but that doesn't mean there weren't occasions where I enjoyed his work. Take Sonic Colors, Rise of the Wisps. Roger Sonic was highly entertaining to listen to and watch in my opinion. Same with Kate's Tales. They brought back the original voice actor of Sonic Colors in 2010 for Rise of the Wisps, which made sense because we were talking a remaster of the original product. Dialogue was as cheesy as you would expect it to be, and yet it carried more of a charm to it than I picked up on in the game itself. I can't really put it into words as to why I liked it so much. I just did. It's a poor explanation, I know. One scene that really tickled me was when Roger imitated Eggman, going all, "Once each of these alien traitors is filled to the brim, I'll have enough energy to power a whole army of my stupid machines." Ow, my voice hurts. I don't envy any voice actor that has to put up with this, honestly. But yeah, I absolutely loved that scene. And the rest of Rise of the Wisp, really. I still go back and watch it on occasion. And you're probably expecting me to give my input on Roger's voiceover work in Sonic Boom also, but I've got nothing here. I got like only 2 or 3 episodes into the show and then just lost interest. No disrespect to any Boom fans, but I didn't really like it. Not because of any of the voice actors or their work, I just didn't like the concept of it. So as such, I don't have a whole lot to share here. When I think of Roger's performance with Sonic, I tend to think of OKKO Let's Be Heroes, where Sonic made a brief cameo. And I also think of Sonic Colors, the game, not Rise of the Wisps, so I think about that too. Then with Sonic Lost World, and finally, Sonic Forces. Of the 5 things I just named, 4 didn't leave a positive impact on me when it came to voiceovers. But with Sonic Frontiers, that may be different. I think there is incredible promise to be had in this shift for the voice direction, and I can't wait to see what other results it produces. So, I'm willing to wait and see what happens. I just figured I would update you guys on my opinion of Roger's new Sonic voice, like I promised in the previous video, and this is me following through with that promise. Like with all things though, expect this opinion to be subject to changes where necessary. TLDR, I'm kinda mixed, I need to wait and see more, and that's all I really have to say. So, that'll do it for this video guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, stick around for more Sonic Frontiers videos and whatever else we gotta talk about that is related to the blue blur, like maybe Sonic Prime? We still need to hear more about that, don't we? I'll see you all next time. If you enjoyed this video, let me know your feedback with those likes and comments below, and hit that sub button and ring that bell for more videos. Peace! Take care, and don't forget, blue blur is for life.